Hello everyone, my name is Simran Kapoor and I warmly welcome you all to my channel English Made Easy. Today we are going to talk about how to improve English vocabulary faster. So this is a major problem that is faced by all those people who are trying so hard to learn how to speak English smoothly and with proper vocabulary and in the proper formations. So today in this video, I would be sharing with you the solutions and those tips that are genuine, that are systematic, and that are proven on the practical grounds to help improve your English vocabulary faster. Therefore, stay until the end of the video so that you do not miss out even a single piece of important information. Alright, and this video is going to be a mix of Hindi and English so that it becomes easier for everybody to understand and to learn appropriately. Alright, now let's get started with the video, and before I start it, I would request you to please subscribe the channel. Also, please hit this bell icon so that you keep receiving my videos and you may keep learning English in the most easy and systematic way with English Made Easy. Alright, now let's get started finally. So in this video, we are going to discuss the solutions to the problems that you are facing. Alright, the problem related to vocabulary and the problem related to remembering vocabulary, the vocabulary not coming on your tongue, the problems of not able to form the sentences, and so much more. Okay, so in this video we are going to discuss the solutions to the various English vocabulary problems. All right, so before getting started with the solutions, let us see what these major English vocabulary problems are that you might face in your daily life, okay, while speaking English. So the number one problem is that you are not able to translate from your mother tongue into English, okay. This means you are at the beginner stage. It is this point when you are listening English but very little, only 5% from somewhere, okay, or you are totally not in touch with English. All right, this is the point when you are not at all surrounded by the English. There are no people around you speaking English. You're always conversating in your mother tongue, and so you have difficulty translating into English. You don't have vocabs of English and you don't know how to frame sentences. Okay, so why does this happen? This happens because there is lack of being English. As I said, that means you are not surrounded by English. You are neither listening it nor you are speaking it or reading it or writing it. Okay, number two, this is the problem where you know the words, but while speaking, these don't fall on your mind or tongue. So this is the stage that, okay, here you know how to speak English. You may be listening English and hearing it from somewhere, or you may also be reading or writing it. All right. But when it comes to speaking it and you are giving out any monologue, so you are speaking in a flow, and then suddenly what happens is you want to speak a word, you might have heard about it, but it doesn't fall on your tongue or your mind. Now this happens because you are not constantly speaking English on a daily basis. See, when we speak any language on a daily basis, we have our mind activated about that language. So when you are not, so English is not our mother tongue, okay. English is second language. English is a it's an alien language to the brain. So you need to give a practice to the brain about this language by speaking it or listening it or reading it or writing it. So this is the reason that you might know English, but then again you fall short of the vocabulary. You might know the vocabulary, but it's not coming to your mind because you are not speaking English. Now the problem number three is that you don't know the hard or advanced words and their meanings. So this is the case. Maybe you are reading any information in English, you're reading any article, any blog, any news, and somewhere you find a word that is strange to you, okay? A word that is very difficult for you, you don't know its meaning, you have heard it for the first time. And it may be possible that it is the word that may be normal for the other people who are reading and writing English and speaking it on an everyday basis, okay? So here also you get stuck, and this is also one of the major vocabulary problems. Now this happens again because you are not pushing yourself to a higher English level. You are not pushing yourself hard to reach to a higher level. You are not trying hard to learn some new words, to learn some advanced words, to upgrade yourself. All right. So these were some of the major problems that um, the people who are trying to speak English, or whenever they speak English, they face. Okay, these are some English vocabulary problems. Now, what are the solutions to these problems? How can we overcome these problems? Let's find out. So, the solutions. We come to the solutions now. Solution number one is develop the habit of listening and speaking English. This is for the beginner stage. This is the stage when, see, we discussed about the beginner stage when you're not speaking English, you don't have anybody around you speaking English, you're only speaking your mother tongue. That's Hindi or whatever your mother tongue is. It could be Telugu, Malayalam, or whatever. All right. So develop the habit of listening and speaking. Listen it on the television. Listen it from the news channels, from the movies, from the songs. All right, and then point out, mark out the words, mark out how the sentences are spoken. Okay, and then speak the same, and then start speaking in English. Okay, take out 10 minutes of your day and speak to yourself. If you don't have anybody around you, if you have somebody to talk to, that's well and good, but if you don't have, to speak to yourself, or record yourself, okay, in your mobile phone, and start speaking. Speak about anything. Speak about whatever happened today, or what you talked to your friend, what happened at the party. All right, anything. So you need to develop these habits. Just 10 minutes a day, 10 minutes of listening and 10 minutes of speaking. All right. Second habit is the habit of translation. Now, why you are not able to, now I must tell you that in the first stage, the beginner stage is also the one where maybe you are speaking English, but you don't know some words from your mother tongue, to translate into another language, okay, into English. So maybe you don't know certain words. What are they called in English? So for that, you must develop the habit of translation. Now, what you have to do for this is, um, suppose you are anywhere. Suppose you are sitting in your living room right now. You are outside of your home. You are at a party somewhere. See the first 10 things around you that falls on your sight, okay, and just try to convert their names into English. Now check out the words that you know. It's okay. The words you don't know, search out for them on the Google, or check out on the Google Translator, and then translate them. Okay, and then mark these out in your mind for the next time you encounter those things in life, or you are in the same surrounding. So this will develop the habit of translation in you, and this is how you will remember the vocabs, and you will learn the vocabs in a very easy way. What you have to do is just see the 10 things around you, or just the 5 things, and call out their names in English. The ones you don't know, search out and learn. All right. For example, the words like lori, bhajan, palna, khat, what are these called in English? You must know. Lori is called lullaby, bhajan is called hymn, palna is called the cradle, khat is called caught in English. So in this way, whatever you see around and you convert that into English, you will learn English vocabulary very, very fast. Now, the solution number 2 is speak English 15 minutes every day. Okay, so this is the case again for the problem number 2. All right, the problem number 2 was, okay, you know the words, you're speaking English, but the words don't fall on your tongue. You might know the word, but it's not coming to your mind because you're not speaking it. So start speaking English 15 minutes every day, constant speaking. It should not be like you're speaking for 5 minutes and then you're wandering here and there, and then you come back and then you speak a little bit. No, there has to be a constant speaking of 15 minutes. All right. So what will happen, the speaking habit will activate your mind, okay? It will create a space for the new language in your mind. And so keep reusing the words that you tend to forget, all right? Or that you don't know. So next is the memorization thing, okay? Now the so many people, they say, okay, we might learn the words, we might learn the vocab, we might follow the practices, but what about memorization? How do we memorize them for a longer period of time? So here are the 3 points that I've stated for you. First is the replacing strategy, second is the connect the words with the people, thing, or event, and third is the revision. So the first one says that first one is replacing strategy. So what does it mean? The replacing strategy means that, see how you have to do this. Suppose there is a word called determined. All right, it's a very common word. It's used everywhere, and so many people are using it because it's very common. Now, what you have to do is, if you want to learn a better word for this, so if I give you the better word for determined is dogged. This also means the same, that you're determined. Now, wherever you are using this word determined, start replacing it with the word dogged. Now, determined is already in your mind, but then when you're replacing determined with dogged, you are adding a new word into your conversation, and then you repeat and repeat and repeat, and it will become a part of your conversation. All right. So adopt this strategy of replacing. Okay, replace the normal words with advanced words in your conversations. Second, connect the words with people, thing, or event. So, for example, what does it mean? It means that you need to connect the words with some people, with some events, or with some things in order to remember them for a long period of time. Now, how do you do this? For example, if I tell my own personal experience, um, I I learned a word audacious a few years ago, and then I have my friend who lost her husband, and then she struggled a lot to earn her livelihood. She has three children, so her journey was really filled with struggles. It was very difficult, but she managed to overcome her difficulties, and she is really audacious person. That means she is really a courageous person. She's really a fearless person. So whenever I see her, I remember this word, and I named her audacious. So you need to connect the words with some people, with some things, or some events as well, and you can remember them for a lifetime. Now revise. Now, in case you're not following these steps, what you can do is you can revise the words again and again. Suppose you note them down somewhere. So go back and check those words, and then revise, and then use them in your conversations. Now, you can also find a video of mine in my channel. I will place this video in the I button or maybe in the description below. And that's also about how can you memorize the words for a longer period of time. I have discussed these things also in that video, but that are in quite detail. So you can go out and check that video too after you have watched this video. All right, now let's move further. And the solution number 3 is read articles. Adopt the habit of reading. Now, reading is a very powerful habit, okay? Again, you just skip 10 minutes a day. Now, you would say we will also skip 10 minutes for listening, for this speaking, and for reading. How would we manage our time? There are so many other things also to do. So what you can do is you can choose alternate days for these things. One day you are doing listening, second day you do speaking, and third day you do reading. All right, so adopt the habit of reading, read articles, read information in English, okay? So for that, what you can do, you can download any application. You can download any news application, and then wherever you read information in English, whatever words, hard words you find out, you just mark them out, or write them down in some notebook or whatever. Search their meaning and then learn their meanings, okay? And then keep revising them. So this will again help you with learning the advanced words, and will keep you in the constant touch with English language. Okay, in order to learn English vocabulary, in order to be fluent with it, you need to be in touch with English language on a daily basis. Even if it's just for 10 minutes, your 10 minutes, they are more than enough. Okay, so please adopt these strategies, adopt these habits, and they are going to make you and your English speaking incredibly outstanding. Okay, after a period of 15 days, just after 15 days, you will start seeing tremendous results. All right. Okay, now the next thing is reuse the words again and again in your conversations, and then keep revising. All right, so these were some things, these were some solutions and the tips and the strategies and the practices that you must follow to improve your English vocabulary faster and tremendously faster. All right, so thank you so much guys for staying until the end with me. I hope that you will follow these practices and you will become a better English speaker. And please do follow these practices for just a period of 15 to 20 days, and then you will see a complete new you. All right. So please guys subscribe the channel, like and share the video with your people. Take care of yourself and I'll see you soon.